One simple design change made it possible to remove the positive clamp first, which goes against good practice. But I'll show you the full battery replacement procedure we use, including info on the battery size and what to expect after installation. It's worth mentioning that Citroen or Peugeot vehicles use a built-in systems interface or BSI. Disconnecting power while it's active can sometimes cause warning lights or communication issues, so we usually unlock the car, close all doors and wait about 3 to 5 minutes for the BSI to go to sleep. Disconnect the positive terminal with this quick release clamp by pulling upward. It's normally good practice to disconnect the negative first, but I made another video explaining all of that, so I'll leave a link at the end of this video. Now we need to loosen one of the two cables here. The second one was also loosened, but it wasn't necessary. There are two clip-in points on this junction box. Lift them slightly while pushing backward on the junction box to slide it out. Now swivel the cover upward at the front and unhook it at the back by pushing in first. These slots are hooked in at the back. This powdery substance is highly corrosive and can be neutralized with some baking soda and water. Then we also need to loosen a bracket on the side here, so this ECU simply lifts out. That's the bracket down there, a full 180 degrees out, so that bolt needs to come out. With the bracket off, the battery should lift out easily, or so I thought. But remember to disconnect the negative terminal as well, which I loosened earlier. Now you'd expect to slide it forward and lift it out, but the trick is to tilt the battery towards the engine first. For installation, push this lip in first on the engine side and then the other side. The battery should sit straight and flat on the tray if you've done it correctly. Now clean connections mean less resistance, so fine sandpaper will work, or this handy little brush that cleans both the terminals and the battery posts. I'll leave a link in the description. I'll get to the battery specs a bit later, but for now start by securing the battery with a bracket. The big end of the bracket should be secured on the base of the battery. Next we'll have to connect the negative terminal first, contrary to standard practice. Make sure to position the terminal as low as possible on the battery post to prevent loose connections later. And take care not to over tighten the nuts. If the terminal can't move around by hand, it's tight enough. These two pins on the ECU slot into these two holes here, but there's no real feedback or clip in. You'll need to go with your gut feel. The cover goes in at the back first and then down at the front. Slide the junction box back in place and connect both cables. You'll need to make sure these are tight though. This is a common loose connection hotspot. Remember the negative terminal is connected already, so tighten these first before connecting the positive terminal. This is only to avoid sparks and arcing while connecting them. We used an enhanced flooded battery around 60 amp hours with these dimensions, but to make it easier I'll include some links in the description for the battery size used here. From here, wait about a minute for all the systems to initialize before switching the ignition on. On startup, you shouldn't see any warning lights apart from the usual ones. And a radio code isn't necessary. The one-touch windows should also still work. There's a sequence for disconnecting and connecting the terminals, and it's all explained in this next video.